Hello everyone, welcome to this week's live sesh. I'm so excited to be back with you guys. So much is going on, it's so much fun. I'm already seeing so many new faces in here, so welcome. My name is Heidi. Okay, cool. So if you're in game, head to the theater in Terravilla. It's just you walk a little bit northwest from the fountain, and if you go in there, there'll be a little bit of an energy boost. We will be giving away 2 VIP passes today as well. We can announce some giveaway winners. Lots of fun stuff happening today. It's going to be a blast. So if you have any questions, throw them in the YouTube live chat, because then we can bring them up like this. Let's go down below here. But otherwise, you can stream directly from the game. If you click on the little microphone, you can stream directly from there as well. So with that, let's go. I can bring up Luke.
Oh man, wow, this has been crazy last week, and it's so exciting to see all these new faces. So I guess, like, honestly, maybe the first thing we should do is just kind of introduce ourselves. If you guys don't know who me and Heidi are, because there's so many new faces. Then we kind of explain to you guys what we do with these AMAs, because we've done these AMAs almost every week. I think Nelly said we missed 3 for 2 years now. Tomorrow, Pixels actually
type your questions in the chat.
November 9th is the date.
I will answer them as I see them.
Yeah, we've been
I can see
doing these,
our chat.
Basically being with the community every single week for at least an hour, answering any questions that you guys have, kind of letting you guys know what we're working on, what we're building.
And I will give my feedback on the news the team
just to build
has.
community, to be here with all of you, and then to just give a lot of transparency with the way that we think. And kind of also, it's a bit of education too, where it's like we have different views of Web3 than maybe some other people. We just like to kind of get you guys up to speed on how we view the space, what we see for Pixels, and yeah, also we're giving away some VIP today.
If you're watching live, come here in the corner with me.
Yeah.
Let's make a gang. Sports is here with me.
Yeah, I know I wasn't on. It's so funny. I missed one last week, and I feel like it feels like it's been forever. AMA is not a popcorn party. Okay, so it usually is, but for some reason that specific entity is just like not working. But anyways, parts, it's the exact same thing. It just has a different animation. Sheesh, 2 years old. Let's go. I know, it's wild.
Yeah, that was crazy. So some quick introductions, because there's a lot of new people here. My name is Luke. I'm the founder of Pixels. I wear the CEO hat, and I'm kind of CTO, but honestly our engineers are doing all the CTO work lately. I have been building Pixels for over 2 years now. Pixels actually used to be something else before this. We used to be a virtual spaces company. Some fun background into this. But yeah, I love Web3. I love the possibilities to deal with it. I have a pretty strong technical background myself. And yeah, it's just been a blast building here. So you'll see me, I'm very active in the community. I finally have access to my Twitter account again, so I'll start tweeting a lot more.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Shout out to Hantao. Yeah, he
and like the AMA guys.
Literally 2 months of no Twitter. I had to do all of our
and the live chat.
Yeah, annoying posts off of the main account. Now I have it separated again.
Wait, yeah. They post memes again? No, I'm kidding. Oh man, okay, when did you get it back?
Literally 2 days ago. Yeah.
You were excited. Okay.
They helped the Mocha team, they helped it out.
Amazing. Okay, yeah. So I'm Heidi.
Type your questions in the chat.
CMO
I can see them.
Community / a lot of different things. I do a mixture of pretty much everything external. And what that would mean is, I'm not developing the game.
I'll answer them as I see them.
You can imagine that you guys interact with like externally. So if there's like marketing stuff or community or events or community team farm hands, I work directly with them. All of those sorts of things. So it's a blast. It's really fun. I've been with Pixels pretty much since the beginning. December is my 2-year anniversary, so yeah, it's been a ride. It's been really, really fun. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, Heidi was the first full-time employee at Pixels. She's been here from the very beginning, basically.
It's crazy because I wasn't even supposed to be. It was just like immediately. Never mind, we're full-time. Yeah, so okay.
The fun stuff is coming, guys. Be patient. The fun stuff is coming.
How we structure these is that Luke, specifically me, if I have some community stuff, but he'll mainly provide like a big update on like where we're at, what we're doing, what we want to share with you, all of that kind of stuff. We pride ourselves on building in public, which means that we're
and also we had the big update yesterday. Make sure to see the last video and to get your quest done.
So he'll do that we'll go run through all that, and then we dive into the AMA section. So I'm trying to keep up with the live chat right now, but we've pinned some questions as we see them come in, and then we will answer them accordingly. So if you want to ask a question, it has to be on YouTube itself. So make sure you're logged into a YouTube account and you can post there. But yeah, Luke, take it.
So I think today one thing I just want to start with is the basics. Like, what is
We have the
Pixels?
new quest,
What's our mission?
Karen
What are we doing
Latte
here?
of
I'll talk about
Gratitude
like the last
and
week as well too, just addressing
Jiho's
stuff
Shake
we
Break.
saw last week. And then we like
Make
to still
sure
have
you
alpha
do
in these
those.
AMAs too. So if you listen to these AMAs, you'll get a lot more details on what we're planning in the future and how we essentially view like the next like 3 to 4 months. So I'll kind of go into that as well too. But yeah, if you guys haven't been playing Pixels much or you're very new, I like to say that Pixels is one giant experiment, and all of our players are kind of the lab rats, where we build a lot differently than other gaming companies and maybe even other companies in Web3, where we think that nobody really knows what's going to be working in Web3 still, and we like to iterate, test, and break things a lot. So if you follow us a bit, you're kind of used to it at this point, where we'll ship an update, there'll be some value that just wasn't set correctly, and then we'll go and fix it really quickly. Or like you guys saw this last week, we'll release an update, we'll see some bugs, we'll fix them, the team works super hard, and we'll patch them really quickly. We'll also sometimes release features that just don't really make sense to people, and we'll adjust there. But basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring iteration time down to as small as possible so that we can just try as many things as we can. And finally, after like 2 years of doing this, we're starting to hone in on some of the things that are really working in Web3. And it gives us a lot of time to actually build out meaningful features. It's kind of the opposite approach to traditional game studio, where game studios tend to build things in really, really big bets. What they like to do is they like to spend about 1 year, 2 years building a game, and then they like to release them. That is not our approach. We will build features in 2 weeks and we'll release them to you guys and see if they work, see if they're fun to you guys. And if they're not, we won't keep building that. But that basically allows us to get like a better idea of what's actually working in Web3 and what's not. And yeah, what we've kind of found about Web3 is we love Web3 for things like user acquisition. We think it's a game changer when it comes to actually fixing some of the economic problems of Web2 gaming right now. If you guys haven't been following like the Web2 business side of things, a lot of Web2 gaming companies, specifically casual games, mobile games, they're actually really struggling right now. It's a lot harder to target advertisements properly, and basically a lot of those companies are shutting down, going through layoffs because they can't get users in the same way that they could before. And Web3, we've seen a lot of promising things on that side. For example, like we had over 45,000 players that played yesterday. The Pixels team has maybe spent like $10,000 lifetime to date on marketing. The rest of the way that we've grown has been through incentive design, through basically figuring out like the Web3 ways to grow. And that's kind of our approach through and through to how we approach building and all of that too. So yeah, the other thing we've seen with Web3 is it unlocks really cool types of gameplay that just aren't existing in Web2. Like for example, the aha moment that a lot of people have when they come into our game is when you come into our game, you'll see a bunch of different avatars that aren't just the free-to-play avatars that we give. And those are actually people's NFTs. We love this concept of interoperability. And we've been exploring interoperability in very deep ways besides just these avatar integrations also. If you guys followed us last month, shortly after the Ronin announcement, before we actually moved to Ronin, we did a whole promotion where we basically integrated all 100,000 other deep lands into the game and made a whole mini game loop around them. But yeah, we're basically exploring the ways that we can actually use Web3 gaming
to
make
that
gaming
as well.
better. So we've been running tons of stuff like that. Now, yeah, a lot of you are new and you have noticed that we moved to Ronin. Ronin is such an amazing ecosystem, and I'm so incredibly bullish on this ecosystem. It's funny because when we told people that we were going to be moving to Ronin, we got so many questions on it initially. So many people doubted that move. People were like, are you seriously going to do that? I couldn't really understand their thought processes. But you guys have definitely seen how powerful the Ronin chain is. Like, I have so much faith in this ecosystem. And the crazy thing is, there's going to be more games that come into Ronin. Ronin is going to have the absolute top tier picks of whatever game they want moving forward, basically. And basically only the best Web3 games are going to be on Ronin moving forward. I'm not going to spill any of their leaks. I'm not going to spill any of their tea. But all I know is like this is basically going to be the premier Web3 gaming chain by a mile. And I'm super excited about it. So I feel really lucky to be a part of the Ronin ecosystem. And obviously we've just seen like the initial power of it. I know there's a lot more that this ecosystem can even unlock. And then when we see more and more games come onto the Ronin ecosystem, we'll be trying to work with as many of them as possible. That's some of the interoperability we would love to unlock. So that includes all the existing NFT collections on Ronin. We want to be working with them and integrating them in interesting ways that we've already done with the ETH ecosystem as well. So yeah, if you guys also been following the game, you'll notice that we released an update. I can't believe that was yesterday. That update yesterday feels like a lifetime ago. But if you'll notice, like that was literally 4 to 5 I think less than a week after we launched on Ronin. We released new content. We released some
pretty
updates.
quick.
We released some adjustments to some of the mini games that you guys see. And we also went through a wave of bot detection, prevention, and
yeah, they nerfed
well.
left and right a bit.
We do a lot when it comes to bot detection and prevention because we hate bots. We hate people that cheat. And we think that Web3, it's a really unspoken issue. Most of the games you'll see on the top of leaderboards, I'm not going to name any, but the amount of real users that they have is actually quite low compared to the amount of people that are writing scripts, bots, and running multi-accounts. And that's just not healthy for an ecosystem. What we care about is real users. We care about real people playing the game because that's how you actually build a sustainable gaming ecosystem. So we put in some measures yesterday that one, banned who we suspected to be cheaters, and believe me, there was a lot of evidence for everybody that we banned. Some people may have gotten unfairly banned. If you guys feel like you were unfairly banned, you can put in an appeal. We'll be going through all of these appeals basically one by hand, verifying data per each user that appeals.
Don't use scripts, don't play on more than one account
we can't give
at
you
a
too many
time.
details on how we
You will get banned.
Cheating in the game because that obviously
don't cheat,
will give
guys.
cheaters more ammo to build out better systems around it. But just note that if we have marked you as suspicious, there's a pretty good amount of evidence behind it. But if you put an appeal, we'll take a look. And yeah, we do make mistakes sometimes. So
and I just want to comment on that one point. Also, this takes real time from real human beings to go through each user. So it might take us quite a long time. If you are an active user and you are actually watching this AMA right now, I'm going to give you some advice. Hop on our Discord and just ping the community team and say, hey, I filled out an appeal and we'll try to prioritize you, okay? Because there are a lot and these are real people going through all of these and it takes a long time. So we appreciate your patience. And if you're a real person actually watching us right now, there's your little bonus benefit. We'll try to get you prioritized.
Yep. So yeah, again, there's a huge backlog of tickets and we're going to be working on scaling out our team that can help support this. But yeah, give us a bit of patience. We went from like 5,000 active players to
still
50,000 in
updates
3 days.
On anything.
So yeah, it's a bit much.
We still have time.
On it. And if you guys follow the project, you guys have been with us for a while, you'll know that we're very good at responding and basically stepping up to the challenge. And yeah,
if you have any questions, type them in the chat.
Putting
I'll
strong
see them and answer them.
Signals to our team that we need to start prepping for like the hundreds of thousands of daily.
Make sure to get into the theater for the energy.
With almost complete focus around
while the AMA is live.
Stability, around like scaling all these systems around support and moderation. Like for example, we have a lot of new players from the Philippines, and we have like basically nobody in the farmhands or on the community team that are based in the Philippines. So when people say bad words in Tagalog or any language like that, we actually didn't even know. So we're addressing some of those issues there as well too. Like we'll get more help in different geographies that basically can help moderate chat, do things like that as well. So appreciate the patience with that. We're upgrading all of that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had a small Filipino community, I want to say like a year and a half ago. And so we had some people in our community that speak Tagalog and stuff. We had some farmhands, but since they've kind of fizzled out, so I'm
Rahul, I released a video about the new quest.
And hang out with us again. Like
video is live, Rahul.
Elated.
Video is live. Exactly. You didn't see the last video.
So then, yeah, maybe let's talk about like what we're working on right now too. So a lot of you guys have been getting really, really good feedback for the game. And we look at all of that. If you guys have gone on Canny, I'm looking at Canny every single day to see the suggestions that you suggest into the game.
Do you want to just say what Canny is? We should tell them.
Yeah, tell them what Canny is.
So we have a support center. Intercom is the system, but I think it's just like help.
I did the quest already.
Pixels that I said. You can access it through the game as well. So Canny specifically is a system that we use for user feedback. So if you have a suggestion or like a feature that you want and you have a really compelling case and you want to talk about it or whatever and let us know about it, you can go to our help center and it's tagged just like at the top feature request. click on that link. It'll take you to Canny, where you can upload a feature request, and then other people in the community can upvote it. So if you really want to rally hard behind your feature request, go tell everyone to upvote it. So it's a pretty cool system because it allows us to see like what's a priority in the community, and then we can take that to our design team and really have like a really good discussion around these points. So that's Canny.
But what some of you guys who haven't been in this community yet, or who haven't been attending the AMAs don't know yet, is we have a lot of stuff that we've been working on already.
Ask for the link in Discord.
The team has been working towards something that we call Chapter 2. Right now, you guys are playing Chapter 1 of Pixels.
Love you too, people.
Chapter 2 is basically going to completely change the game, to be completely honest. So the way that you guys generate resources, what those resources do, the whole systems behind that, crafting is going to change. There's going to be different end goals and objectives. We're working on a new skill. Like, that's all in development now. We kicked it off last week.
That's interesting.
And the team is basically shifting focus towards kind of getting a second version of the game out that's going to be very, very different. And it's actually going to address a lot of the issues that we learned over the last 2 years building out this current version of the game, and just make things make a bit more sense. So there's huge changes coming. We're going to release Chapter 2. It's looking like either January or February is our target date. And then Chapter 2 will also have the release of some really cool stuff too, like the Pixel Token. I know the Pixel Token is something that a lot of people are looking really forward to. And yeah, Chapter 2 is basically going to be addressing some of the Pixel Token stuff as well. Chapter 2 is going to heavily use the Pixel Token in core game loop, and it's also planned for further growth as well too.
I mean,
it's crazy because we have a decent amount of
traction. We have energy here on every
and
AMA.
We haven't even released like some of the stuff that we know will probably increase traction as well. So yeah, the Pixel Token's on its way. Going to be highly integrated into Chapter 2, and then there's also some really other fun stuff that were released before Chapter 2 as well.
Top left.
When it comes to
top left of Travila,
the Pixel Token and things like that as well. We have one feature
this
that we're
huge
building
building
right
over
now,
here. You cannot miss it.
Guilds, and that will probably be released shortly before Chapter 2.
We have a lot of energy here.
I spoiled it a bit in the other AMAs, but it's something really unique that we're building out actually, and I'm pretty excited about that feature. It's basically going to be this Web3 social feature that we add that's kind of in parallel to our game, where you can join and enter guilds, and it's going to be similar to some of the social fi.
Guilds will be in game in Chapter 2, guys.
That's all I'm going to spoil on that one. But yeah, we also have a few other things that will be coming out soon too. Like we'll be minting more pets eventually. We'll be shipping a few more features, and obviously we'll still continue to release updates and a bit of content too. Like for example, we have a really cool partnership that should be getting announced. I think the announcement will be next week, and that's a really big one too. We're very excited about that partnership.
Cool partnership next week
when we release that. And that's all the alpha I'll spill on that one. You'll see when we actually announce stuff. It's a shame because actually I think we could have maybe given away some stuff for that partnership. That should be getting announced. I think the announcement will be next week, and that's a really big one too. We're very excited about that partnership, and that'll be a bit of fun when we release that. And that's all the alpha I'll spill on that one. You'll see when we actually announce stuff. It's a shame because actually I think we could have maybe given away some stuff for that partnership today if we'd been a bit more on top of it. But
come back next week, guys.
And
okay. Do you have one update on?
Yeah, let's see. Any other updates? So yeah, we have VIP out. It's on the Ronin chain now. You can buy it with wrapped Ronin. It's not the best UX to purchase VIP right now, the best user experience. But soon the team will be releasing something with the Sky Mavis team that'll make it a bit easier to purchase in the future. Like I think you'll even be able to use a credit card. So it's going to be pretty cool when that's actually out.
I think it's great that we can buy with
just talk about that really quickly, like why we have it out, and the whole point of it too. So VIP is basically like a way that you can support pixels.
Because you can withdraw berry from the game, and you can swap it for Ronin, and you can buy your VIP with money you earn in game.
It's the way that we can fund out game development, build out new features, and basically keep making pixels better. And the whole point of it is basically it's also a way that we can kind of attack some of the economics of bots and bad actors as well too. Bot detection and prevention is a really interesting topic, and it's one that's not talked about enough in Web3, but it's again really crucial to the support and health of the Web3 ecosystem. So the reason that we have VIP in place is that if bots try to farm any of our tokens or any of our assets in the game, we can actually ban them And if they had bought VIP, they'll actually come out with negative expected value. So the whole point is, instead of doing things like KYC or these really, really like barrier-inducing ways to prevent bots that actually don't even work, like for example, CAPTCHAs. In 2023, CAPTCHAs basically just don't work at all for the industry. There's services where you can buy CAPTCHAs for pennies, for fractions of pennies, for thousands of them. So yeah, there's basically all these methods that we've tried that just haven't worked, and we found is attacking the economics.
Come on, guys, learn
VIP
English.
in front of, gaining some of the earnings or some of that has worked very, very effectively in bot prevention and detection. And you've even seen some angry bots come into the Discord, if you've been following the Discord, that kind of lost. They tried to cheat the game. We banned them, even if they bought VIP. Now they lost the game, essentially. So that's kind of the whole point behind it. So yeah, again, it's also a revenue stream for Pixels, and you guys should want us to make revenue. Again, it allows us to help fund development, and it's also a way that we can make revenue without having to do anything shady with tokens. Like, we don't have to sell tokens on the market. We don't have to dump tokens on our users. The tokens can just live, and we have this other revenue stream where we can actually fund game development. So yeah, I guess today and for the rest of the AMA, we'll go through questions. There are a lot, but yeah, we like to keep an open question format. Like, we're literally not afraid to answer anything. We're here every single week, whether there is good news or bad news or no news, and we'll answer any tough question.
Yeah, I'm always so excited to come on these AMAs, but like, I just thought this was so funny. Heidi looks like the fastest reading person in the world right now. So I don't know if you guys are watching me like trying to read through all of the comments. So yeah, I absolutely did not read every single one. I'm trying my best here. There's a lot. So if we miss your question, post it again. Hopefully I'll see it or re-answer it in someone else's question and whatnot. But yeah, continue to add them to the chat. You guys are asking so many great things today. So many.
Yeah, don't spam the chat, guys.
Started
don't spam the chat.
You here. Okay, there we could start with, because it was just like, oh yeah, what are the chances of getting a pet? And then someone else suggested
very low chances.
What was it?
Me and my brother used over 8,000 tickets and didn't get any pet.
Oh yeah, tickets. So the chances of getting a pet are directly determined by how many users and how many are putting in tickets. So like how many tickets are being put in, right? And so there's 200 pets being given out over the entire carnival.
Heidi is lagging a bit.
Of like how many is being given out when and where and that kind of thing. So obviously I can't give you any of those dirty details because I don't even know them. It's like, everyone, you have a chance to win. So just like keep throwing your tickets in. I can't there's nothing more I can say. But good luck.
Yeah, maybe try harder or get luckier.
Get good. Like, I don't know.
Get good. It's random at the end of the day. So yeah, obviously the more tickets you have, the better your chances. But yeah, there's gonna be 200 mints over the 30-day period. I think we're not even halfway through. How many have been minted so far? I think like 75 to 80.
Let me take a look.
Only 1 week passed. This is not okay. Like, only 8 days passed in November, and already they gave away 80 pets. Like, that's way too much. They will finish before the event is over.
Okay, so that's another thing you guys might not know. If you want to know how many are left of any of the major prizes from the 3 trailers, you can go to the trailer and hit the counter with your axe. The NPC will first tell you off for damaging property, tell you how many are left. So someone post in chat. Although I just clicked away from the chat for like 50 messages, so I might might listen. Okay. Did I cut out?
Yeah, I think maybe for a second here. We can start to go through some questions. Yeah, so we made so this question is asking what happens if roaming gets more expensive to VIP. Yeah, so we want to keep VIP at around the same US dollar price. So we'll adjust the price of Ronin if we need to, if it gets too expensive. And yeah, Ronin is increasing in price a bit, but it's actually really easy for us to adjust the price. We'll try to keep a stable US dollar price around VIP. We just really like the idea of using it in Ronin. It's just fun basically for the ecosystem. And yeah, it's just something that we want to do basically.
If you have any questions for me, type them in the live
this was
chat.
a cute comment. I really like it because it reminds me of playing Pokemon as a kid. It's really fun. I think people often ask us what our like demographic is and a specifically age group, because our game appears as kind of like a childish, like throwback game. But honestly, we have a huge range of users from every background, everything. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, everybody plays Pixels.
Someone says if they look on some kind of dex scanner or token scanner, they're seeing that the top 10 holders of Berry have over 100 million Berry. Is this for bot burn or sex listings? This happened over the last few days. So yeah, that Berry is us. That's how we distribute the Berry. Basically, we have 10 operator wallets that will distribute Berry to different players. That's how we distribute it. So yeah, market cap isn't completely accurate because it doesn't always show circulating supply. That's not quite the circulating supply Berry that you'll see on something like dex scanners. You don't see that basically.
So
the circulating supply
top 10 holders
and what's in their in-game balance.
Is the team.
It's a combination of the two. But yeah, the 10 top holders of Berry, they're us. That's just how we distribute it to players quite easily.
So don't worry, that's not circulating supply.
When energy on left to right back. So yeah, we removed energy from left to right. It was getting to be a bit too much, but we'll start bringing back more of these energy events. So if you're in this AMA today, actually in the game, you'll see that there's a ton of energy that you can get. Yeah, we know
those hearts are energy.
Always need more energy, but yeah, we love the event aspect of energy. So if you guys are new to the game, what we were doing before was we were actually hosting a lot of events on people's farms. What they could do is they could host their own event onto their farm, and it was like these huge energy parties. So we'll start to bring those back. We had to turn those off for just a little bit while we were figuring out server stability, but now that server stability is looking a lot better, we can start to introduce those again.
Okay, great follow-up question. So game is a little unplayable with loading screens. Any updates to address those issues?
Yep, so we released updates yesterday that improved these issues a lot, and we'll continue to release more updates. If you were playing 2 days ago, it was really, really bad. The game was completely unplayable. Now, today, it's much, much better, and it'll keep getting better over the next couple of weeks. Again, what we need to plan for now is 50K daily active users. That's good, but we need to start preparing for a lot more because, yeah, we know that they'll be coming if we continue to build and we continue to do what we're doing, especially as we release next parts of the game and we release, some of the other stuff we want to be releasing.
Okay. Any special events for the 2-year anniversary? What do you guys want to do? So just because of everything that's been going on, right? Like we released Carnival, Ronin, we had that Moku, and then obviously we've had some server things we've been focusing on. We actually haven't planned anything for this. Is there something you guys want to do? What should we do? Tell us.
Well, you know what would be cool if we brought back the original Terra Villa map somehow.
Wait, no, that's possible. We can definitely do that. We just link it through like a portal. We can make it to another map. Okay. We should have a party on that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm into it. You guys, it's going to be really funny. I think. Yeah. So when Pixels pivoted from the other platform to what it is now, the artwork was good, but it was not as good as it is now. Like Pixels looks amazing. Okay, I'm biased,
it was
but
very different.
Our art is amazing. Our artists kill it. When we first pivoted, like the art was fine, but it was nowhere near what it is now. So I think that would be really fun if we bring back the old Terra Villa and like, okay, into it. There's our plan. There's our answer.
We can't find that map. I'm pretty sure there's some old farm that recreated Terra Villa.
Midnight. Yeah. One of his lands, he recreated it. Yes. Okay. If
4993 is his farm.
Wonderful. Okay.
That recreated the old map. If you want to see it.
Similar. Okay. Will merch be here before Christmas? So yeah, that's the plan. It should be, I think, shipping out late November, early December, I will ping our guy and ask for an update. He sent us some
I
sample
didn't have enough money to
pictures
buy
of
merch.
the production and how it was all going like
I'm
about
so
a week
sad
ago.
about that.
Things were going really well, so I'm very excited for that.
I really wanted the hoodie, the
And
Pixels
I
hoodie.
know I'm going to get a bunch of follow-up questions from new players now that I'm talking about merch. So we did do a merch release, a very short merch release, because we configured it in a way that it was kind of like a pre-order.
If
just
you have
because
any
we wanted to
questions,
lower the
type them
cost and make
in
it a
our chat.
sustainable thing.
I will answer them,
So the
guys.
store was only open for 1 week to place your orders, and then we went into production, and then it'll ship out. So people that have ordered, that's that. Okay, how long will the new quests be available? So I believe that they're only going to be available for the duration of the carnival because they are carnival specific.
Yeah.
But am I wrong?
I think we should keep them.
Do you guys think we should keep them? Oh my gosh, I clicked away from the live chat for maybe a minute, and there's 535 messages. Like, are you guys spamming us?
They're spamming a little bit.
I saw a copy pasta starting, and I was like, oh no, here we go. Okay. All right, let's see some other questions.
So maybe the quests will be live for more.
Because when you were talking about like our speed and response time and stuff, I just want to say that I've never seen a dev team work, fix, and react to as fast as you do. And in a world like crypto, 1 week feels like a year, and that's worth a lot. Love you all. Thank you. We really appreciate it. It's something that we pride ourselves on, but that doesn't make it easy, right? So we really appreciate your kind words.
Yeah, and on that note too, what is Pixel's next mission to build a better community and of course to become a Web3 game changer that's not just momentary hype? So some of you are new. We also have a lot of players that have been here for a long time too. And that's one of the
Yeah, I play Pixels for more than a year.
things that we've really focused on, building community. If you've come into the Pixels community, you'll notice it's not very similar to other Web3 communities, and it's very intentional. We basically set from the very beginning some very strong intentions in how we build community. One, what we wanted to figure out and find was a group of players that actually liked what we were building. A group of players that weren't here for the other side of things, but actually liked the game.
This is the reward from the quest.
And who wanted to actually.
I made a video about how to get
so
this.
that's again what we're going to be focusing on moving
Make
forward.
sure to get it.
We don't care. This is going to sound harsh. We don't care about people that only want to play the game for like a couple of days just to flip assets. And we're not going
we don't know what we do with it.
cater any of the gameplay or decision making towards those users. We care about players and users and people in this community that actually want to be here for the long term.
I played in the
like what we're
play
building
airdrop.
and who actually kind of get this. So maybe this is
I
like
got
telling someone,
rank
hey,
2000
don't
something.
really like what we're doing, or you're just here for like the short term. Yeah, we probably don't see you as like a long term Pixels community member. Like we totally invite you in. But again, we're gonna make decisions for those people, and that's who we really care about here.
Yeah. Pixels community is very good.
If you've ever heard me talking about community and how important it is, ourselves on being a platform that everyone's welcome here. If it's for another user, like that's going to be community. And Luke called it different than a lot of other Web3 communities have seen. That's really hard, difficult to be a part of that. We just don't want that. We want everyone to we want the farming game. Let's just farm together, right? So, yeah, I think that actually really does set us apart. And not just momentary hype, because we're a family.
Yes.
All right. So many new questions. Is there anything specifically you want to bring up here?
Through some of these ones. Question about the carnival. So what are the lessons learned about the carnival so far? Will there be a way for dynamic play to mint in the future? Should levels in game have an effect about the chances to stimulate in-game activity? Yeah, so a lot of what we figure out too, and like what we try to experiment with, is how we can align incentives, right? Like how can we create structures where people who are the most loyal to the game or who care about the game the most also are winning prizes or like getting the right incentive structures for them. So the play to mint's great. We love play to mints. This is not the first one that we've done.
Yeah,
the play to mint was actually
I got nothing from other
early on in the very first days of Pixels. That's how the farmland was whitelisted. So the people who originally got the farmland, and this is actually like there's still a lot of people who did the play to mint of farmland still holding today, almost 2 years ago. And yeah, we love that. Like if you work towards something and you work for it, you're gonna want to keep it more than if you just like, minted it with the intention of flipping an NFT, right? So that's why we do the play to mints, and we love that incentive alignment. One thing here that's interesting too is,
And I got no pet.
we're even talking like maybe make some changes inside of this carnival halfway through of like, okay, what if we require level 3 farming to enter into left right moving forward, where it's like, okay, that's really achievable in like a day if you want to get level 3 farming, but you'll have to like play pixels in the other part of the game a little bit, and you'll just have more of an understanding of like what pixels is if you want to start to grind some of these tickets. So yeah, that was a change that we kind of wanted to get out yesterday, couldn't make it in. But that's the kind of stuff that we think about too. Like,
That's
okay,
a good idea.
how can we use these things?
Level
like
3 you can make in 2
funnels
days.
into, like core gameplay and funnels into like more retentive users.
Yeah,
Our
Raul,
goal
but
is we want you to
I didn't get a mine,
and love
like,
pixels
the
and like
valuable
we are
stuff.
in the rest of
Shoes
the
are like
communities. So we
6,000
want to make
berries.
sure that you guys, get a
6,000
chance to
berries,
check out the rest of
almost
the game
nothing.
too, and you're not just focused on other areas. So yeah, we think about this kind of stuff a lot.
Okay. Let's see.
I can buy 4 more shoes.
Any plans to adjust UGC price according to inflation?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's actually kind of deflation with UGC, right? Where it's now UGC, if you were talking about dollar amounts, is a lot more expensive than mint UGC now. That is somewhat self-correcting, but yeah, those are things we'll adjust. That's also why instead of having some of these in-game items as smart contracts, we have it off-chain so that we can make adjustments very quickly. One of the things that we did early on was we actually came in really, really hard on the decentralization side of things. And that's actually really difficult at times if you want to make adjustments. It's not so easy to change smart contracts. So having the ability to adjust prices and have the ability to make adjustments as we see fit is actually something that's normally much better for community health. So if you don't know what UGC is, I think a lot of the users in Ronin maybe don't even know what UGC is. It's a really cool feature in Pixels. If you go and visit other people's farms, you'll see that they have some crazy items. And those items are not items that we made. Those are items that users made. What they were able to do was they were actually able to
in
upload
all
their
my
own pixel art
intros,
into the game.
most of
and
the
then create
items are
decorations for other
donated
people's farms
by
with
the
it.
community.
And what's really cool is it costs like
And
100,000 berries to
made
make your
by the
own
community.
UGC item in the game, but people actually sell these UGC items after they make them. And the really good ones actually like kind of tend to go for more than 100,000 berry total, which is cool too.
Yeah. I will just say though, before you start spamming our form with UGC entries, there is quite a strict process of approval just because we want to keep Pixel looking good, right? So there is a artwork requirements article on our help center. So I highly recommend going through that in detail. Okay.
Question. One more question. How do you manage to work so hard? Are you sleeping properly, Luke? There's phases of work, right? Sometimes there's less stuff to do. Sometimes there's more stuff to do. If you guys followed our original like play to questions, and like the very start of Pixels, it was literally me and a team of 2 for like 3 months there, and I barely slept. I slept like 2 hours a night for like 3 months, but I loved it. Couldn't keep that up forever. But yeah, that was what that's what duty called for, you know. That's kind of how the team is in general too. It's like, okay, if there's stuff to do and it feels like it's worth doing, it's worth doing sometimes. So the whole team feels pretty energized and motivated. Like we feel like it's an execution game for us now too. So if you've ever worked on something really hard or in the startup space, that feeling of like, oh wow, I just have to do these things and things will work is one of the best feelings in the world. And that's kind of how I feel it now, at least, where it's like, okay, let's get this done. Next 2 to 3 months are huge for Pixels. Let's make sure that we execute. Let's make sure that we hit all the stuff we want to hit. And yeah, there might be a really interesting outcome for all of us. So, it's worth it for us right now.
I don't know.
All right.
I think they should break.
What other questions?
I think they should break.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we've kind of talked about this a lot, but do you want to just like update a little bit? Why Ronin blockchain? Why did we move to Ronin?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier in the AMA, but I think it's pretty obvious to everyone now. Again, it was one of those decisions that we made where I got so heavily questioned for...
Yeah, but Ronin pumped the game, the berry prices, the player base, everything. I think it's a good choice Luke made.
Wanting to move to Ronin. And it's funny because it wasn't Ronin recruiting us. I was reaching out to the Ronin team being like, hey, I see what you guys are doing. I like totally buy into the vision. And I want us to move to Ronin. And yeah, we were able to make it work out. But I think you guys can see, like, basically Ronin is the only blockchain in a space that has real gamers, real users, and they've already done all the work of user acquisition. I kind of see in the long run all of these like scaling solutions for
Mozzie.
Ethereum or blockchains kind of being the same when it comes to technology. But then the role that I think they're going to play in the long run is more of like a publisher role in the gaming industry, where they help with user acquisition, they help with the other things. The other really valuable thing that we're getting from being on Ronin is just the advice of the Sky Mavis team. They're the only Web3 game that's actually achieved any scale in Web3 gaming, and they've learned so many lessons that nobody else has learned before. So the amount of advice that we're getting from them when it comes to things like economics, incentives, all of that kind of stuff is priceless, to be completely honest. And yeah, we're just super thankful that we get to be a part of this, and yeah, it's just been so validating that it's the right decision.
Yeah, running is cool.
Okay, I'm just like overwhelmed. So okay, I'm gonna give my opinion on this, and then Luke can give his opinion on this, because we're very different in our approaches in many ways. I don't see other Web3 games as competition. I actually see them as a benefit, because the more people playing in Web3 gaming, the better for everyone, right? And I love it. And maybe someone playing like Sunflower Land is like, oh, I really like this vibe, and then they see Pixels and they're like, oh, cool, I love that too, right? Or there's also the other aspect of maybe Pixels isn't the gameplay that
I never heard of these games, but I'm not very into Web3 gaming.
That they like, and they like another gameplay. That's totally fine too. And if they're playing in Web3 still, they're still like helping the overall community, right? So that's my response.
Yeah, it's funny. Us and Moonfrost actually share some investors now too, and that's totally cool. Moonfrost is going to be a beautiful game. I cannot, like, it looks so good. I'm excited to play it. But the thing is, we're trying to do different things. Pixels is experimenting a lot more with, I want to say, like, the cutting edge of Web3. Like, that is kind of what we like to think, at least, where it's like, okay, we still think there's a whole lot of Web3 stuff to look into and to experiment when it comes to gameplay, when it comes to like new types of incentive structures, like revenue models, all of that kind of stuff. And that's more the niche that we really care about. So yeah, Moonfrost, it's gonna be an amazing game. I'm so sure of it. It looks beautiful. Like, literally, that's the kind of game I love.
Check it out, guys.
I like games that are atmospheric, and like, my favorite type of game is a walking simulator. Like, I like games that you just vibe out in. And yeah, like, I'm definitely gonna play that game, but it's just a different game than what we're making. Like, the game that we're making, like, there's meta game here. Like, these AMAs are part of the game, right? Like, you guys get to build this game with us. That's very different too. We have things like mayor elections. Like, we're experimenting in so many areas. It's just a whole different thing, basically.
Okay, there was a good question, and then it refreshed. Oh, here. Okay. How can you assure us that holding Berry is beneficial in the long term, and what are plans to increase the demand and scarcity of the token?
Yeah, so this is maybe not an answer that everybody is always going
Berry is inflationary.
to want to hear, but with Berry, what we care about is gameplay, and what we care about is game balance. And that is what we are going to be looking at when we think about, anything to do with that token. So what that means for us is we do want the game to feel good and playable. We want you to feel like there's a compelling reason to be using the Berry token for the game, in-game progression, through all of that too. And that means, building out better game loops that continue to use this token as well. But like, yeah, that's the extent that we think about it, basically. So, for us, game balance, game fun is the top priority with the Berry token. And making sure that we build out more and more stuff that is, an interesting use of the token is what we think about there.
All right.
So yeah, on short, he wants to say that he doesn't really want to increase demand and scarcity for the token. He wants to create better game design and game loops that use Berry and make you want to enjoy the game by using Berry in game. That's his point. that I understand.
Like, will we be adding liquidity, or are we gonna let the dump happen?
Yeah, so again, our priority with Berry is making sure that it is, useful in the game, that, it's a core part of gameplay, and that we continue to develop more and more features that use it. So Chapter 2 is where we are going to be introducing a lot of changes to the way that Berry is, actually generated in game. It's going to change pretty drastically. Like, it'll probably be a bit harder
Yes,
to get certain
YGG
aspects.
ended.
And the
Gap
changes that we're
Season 4
making
ended.
are also going to make it a lot harder to
You will get
use
your
when it
tokens
comes to
in a
multi
month, I
accounts,
think.
bots, all that kind of stuff as well. I'm really excited to see how those changes actually affect the gameplay.
Yeah, Chapter 2
It
is
will start
scary,
to
not
play
gonna
test
lie,
that with,
guys.
people like our farmhands and some other early access users.
I think in Chapter 2 it will be much harder to gain berry or resources.
Like, maybe we'll even get VIP early access, not confirmed, but like that could be something that's interesting. But yeah, basically it's going to change a lot, the way that it's actually used in game, and that's our main focus towards that token.
Okay.
I don't know
let's
in what
see.
word I am.
Is in-game trading allowed between VIP and free-to-play users?
Yeah, if you have
Yes.
VIP, you can give stuff to free-to-play users. Like, that's a lot of the fun, right? When you come into the game, you're a VIP, you're a big shot, you want to help some early players out. You don't get penalized for that if you're VIP.
Okay, so someone said, is it possible to be available on Android and iOS? And then another person asked, will Pixels have a standalone app?
Yeah, so Pixels works in web browsers on mobile phones right now.
Yes, I play Pixels on MetaMask on my iPhone.
Kind of works in the Ronin mobile app. It could be a bit better. I think we'll start to work on even more improvements. One
It works
interesting
on
thing
Ronin
is,
as well? I have no
we did
idea.
not account for, or like haven't prepared for it enough, at least, like most Philippines players playing only on mobile. So that's great to see that. And yeah, I'm glad that we already have support for that, but it does need to be a bit better. We agree. In terms of standalone app, it's looking like it's more and more possible to do that in the future. This is one area where we wanted basically bigger Web3 companies to fight legal battles and App Store guidelines before we joined it. But I mean, there is probably a path there for us. The way that we built the game, we can pull it into a mobile app quite quickly. There's this thing called Expo, basically, if you're a tech nerd, where our game is built as a web app. We can use Expo to port it as a native app quite quickly. If you've ever played the game Vampire Survivors, that game is built in the same engine that we built our game in, and they've done ports to Steam mobile as well.
We're being live streamed on some other creators' Twitch accounts, so I just want to say, like, hey guys, I know I just saw one from the Portuguese community, so shout out to them. Brazilian, I believe. Anyways, I love that. That's just amazing. It's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay.
She's not referring to us, guys. Relax.
Are we going to have the possibility of buying the NFTs integrated to Pixels on the Ronin network? After 1.5 months of playing, I want to buy my first avatar, but the gas fee is immense. Yeah, that is partly why we really like Ronin, right? Ronin gas fees are so cheap, which is very, very nice, right? So if you can convince some of these NFT collections that they should be on Ronin, just like Cybercongs came to Ronin, go and bug them. I'm sure Mavis might be interested in, getting them on Ronin. But then also, there are NFTs on Ronin, right? There's Cybercongs, there's Axie Dolls, there's more coming, Zoid Arena. I think they just got announced yesterday. Yeah, we want to be working with all the NFT collections that are currently on Ronin. So we already have some stuff in the works. Don't want to spill those beans. I think they already did, though. I think they already leaked it. Yeah, we want to be working with everybody on the Ronin chain as well, too. So we're going to start to shift priority and focus towards some of the NFT collections on Ronin, so you guys can use some of the avatars and NFTs that are there.
If you want an NFT avatar, the owner of Pixel Primates, the NFT that I have, the ape, told me he can give away 3 primates. So I will make a video for new players in which I will give away 3 primates. So look out for that as well. If you want an NFT avatar to play with and look like me.
as well. And then that also probably leads into this. There has to be some questions.
I just want to say one thing though. So all of this is really exciting future stuff. Right now, there are a handful of very, very inexpensive NFT collections that are integrated. So if you want to, in the meantime, get something, I know ETH get.
Yeah, also this collection is very expensive, but if you win one in my giveaway, it will be free for you. We will send it to you for free.
Can be annoying, but there are some. So we do have a web page with a list, pixels.xyz/integrations, I think.
Yeah.
You can take a look there. Or just hop in Discord, we can help you.
Yes.
There was also a stand for that. Like in Terravilla Central. Damn, it takes forever to load. See this stand, click on it, and it will show you and link it to all the integrated NFT collections. And I rock a Pixel Primates. Yeah, back to the MA.
So that leads into this one. A highly anticipated question.
Yes, we get a lot.
The Axes as NFT avatars. Yeah, we're working on actually seeing like how we can pixelate all of them right now. But Axie is such a special NFT collection. Like we want to do something special with them if we get them in. And that's all I'll say. Like it's a big deal to get Axie into the game, right? It's an honor to have Axie into the game. It's the OG. It's the best NFT collection out there. So yeah, if we bring them in, we will make sure it's even more special than like the typical thing. So that's all I'll say.
Look, ZenQ is back. This was our very first mayor. So excited to see you around.
Yeah, ZenQ is a legend. The first guy that had a mine, the first guy that had silk slug on his farm, and also the first mayor, and of course TIF member.
When can you buy a cow? No information on that at the moment.
Yeah.
I apologize. I just want to stay low.
Let me explain mayor really quickly.
Well, do I want to? Because it's been put on pause for a minute here while everything else has been higher priority. Let's talk about it another time once we can like bring it.
Next day, maybe.
I will run for mayor one day, so look out for that.
The next day,
we'll dive deep into that. All right. Okay. Do you plan to add a function to add friends?
Yes, but like, okay, here's some of the stuff with Pixels, right? We are a very scrappy team, and we have to choose very selectively what features we build. And I'm a menace when it comes to this. I cut features and stuff all the time. I also add a ton of scope, so Heidi's probably rolling her eyes.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, I know. But it's like some features like this, they're really nice to have, and they would make the game better 100%. But if we could build a really cool Web3 feature instead of doing this, I'm probably going to lean our team towards building out those features instead. So we're pretty selective when it comes to that kind of stuff. That's also why, some parts of the game might lack a little bit of polish. It's kind of intentional because we want to build out features that we think are really adding like 10x improvements to gameplay rather than features that are like 10% improvements, if that makes sense. We want 10x improvements, not 10% improvements.
Yeah, adding friends is not useful.
This is the best question ever. Are we launching fishing?
Yeah.
We have a net in the game now, right?
Yeah, the new quest. I know. So for those of you that don't understand what I'm talking about, we get asked this question a lot, and this actually kind of leads into another question I saw here about like what was our inspiration for Pixels and gameplay and all of that. If I can find the question, it was highly, I would say. Initially, Stardew Valley was a huge inspiration for Pixels, right? And we talk about that a lot. And if you play Stardew Valley, you probably already realized that. And fishing is like a whole industry. It's a whole thing in Stardew Valley. So we get asked this question a lot. Now, Luke hates fishing in Stardew Valley. And
do you guys want to fish in Pixels? I think we have to fish in Pixels. Like, there is no way.
So it's kind
I
of
hate it. I'm never gonna fish in Stardew Valley. I think it's the worst mechanic in that game by far, and I hate it. So I had a strong bias against fishing for
Make
a
a
very long
better
time.
mechanic then, man.
Anytime people ask for it, no, we're not doing that.
Make a better gameplay.
Yeah, you get some power as a founder, which is nice. And if I hate fishing, we're not building fishing. But I have been convinced more and more about fishing, and it seems like people really, I don't get it. I really still don't get why people want it, but you should probably build what people want sometimes.
Maybe I will do a fishing stream next, if they implement it.
I don't know, maybe. Okay, we've got about like 4 minutes left. We can go a bit overtime today, but we were gonna do some giveaways. So first of all, I will share who won the giveaway that was posted a couple days ago for the most beautiful lands. So how these winners were chosen. Obviously, this is a more biased thing because, like, what is?
Yeah, my lands are not beautiful. My lands are efficient and optimized for farming.
Beautiful. So I posted almost all of the entries from that Twitter thread into our internal group chats, and we had all of the team vote. So I will show you guys who won those. So we were giving away, the winners were going to be one NFT land and then one spec. So here we go. Hold on. Let me just. Okay. Land winner, farm 600.
What?
Mrs. Me. Congratulations.
There are way cooler farms than this.
We will be in touch. And then
She had like 5 amazing lands to be completed. She
Yeah.
really deserved to win.
Yeah, so they were great. And then the spec goes to this entry right here. So congratulations to you as
I also saw cooler specs. But yeah.
well, and we will reach out to you on Twitter. So exciting. Okay, so that's that. How did you want to give away? So we're giving away 2 free 3-month VIP passes. So how did you want to do this? We didn't really like.
We didn't plan this out.
We didn't plan. We're like, let's just do it. Let's give away. Like, why
VIP giveaway, yes.
not?
Likes the AMA tweet or something like that is an easy one to pull from.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know how we get the list. Or we ask a question, whoever answers it first.
I think it would be a fair giveaway. Question I'm like reading instead. Yeah, let's just do Twitter. Okay, do we want to do that post?
Here, I'll post this tweet here. I don't know if you guys can click that, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah, it'll work on. Let's say engage with that tweet in the next, let's say the next 5 minutes. Engage with this tweet. Engage means like, repost, comment, something like that. In 5 minutes, I'll throw it in a random generator, and then
Go like the tweet, guys.
Hold on. With all of those things, so hold on.
I have VIP already, so I won't enter the giveaway, but guys, go and jump this tweet.
There were a couple good ones. So one was around withdrawals, which I think is good to talk about. Yeah, will non-VIP players be able to withdraw a berry eventually?
If you don't have VIP, I can help you withdraw berry if you have over 50k berry. If it's lower than that, it's like not worth it, the hassle. But yeah, if you have berry and want to withdraw to buy your VIP or whatever you want to do with it, tag me and I might be able to help you.
So we want to experiment with like slowly opening this back up, but we have to be very careful with how we open it up too. So when we open up free withdrawal, what that's going to do is open up a lot of attack vectors on the token basically, and closing it up has closed a lot of them. There's a few other changes that we made too, like for example, we restricted buying in the marketplace to VIP and landowners only as well. Because we saw some abuse getting through it. Basically, there were bots listing, very unrealistic prices on the marketplace, and they were basically, getting around some of the restrictions that way. So yeah, as we're, focused on,
This is why you cannot use the marketplace as a free-to-play user, because bots buy overpriced items to basically trade berry to one main account to withdraw.
economic
It sucks, but it is what it is.
sustainability, we have to keep it a bit closed, but then we can start to experiment with like other ways that we can open it up to people. Like maybe if you complete the why not quest, for example, like maybe we can start to give you a bit of an allowance. Basically,
What?
incentives for
Why not? Because there are a lot of why not quests. Like, complete the why not means Astra Cactus. And that's a lot for a free-to-play player. It will take you a month to do this.
for getting a bit through some of the like longer pixels quest ones, so that we can make sure that we can filter out bots. Like if we're pretty good at catching bots. It takes us like 7 to 10 days to catch a bot typically, and if we have
Franz, my Twitter account is around memes top legion. You can see it in the description of every video of mine.
tasks that take a bit longer than that, then we have a better confidence level of this being a real user.
I do
right?
giveaways there as well, so
we
make
need
sure to
start
follow me.
Experimenting with turning some of those structures on, seeing how the econ responds. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I nerd about. I studied economics in college, and yeah, I'm a total nerd with this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's basically all about figuring out incentive structures, incentive alignment, and if you're a long-standing player, we see that you have been playing the game for a while, and you really like the game, then yeah, we can start to open up like some of the stuff to those users. But you gotta be careful with it too, right? Because you don't want to ruin it for everybody.
Okay, so retweet. You have to retweet, repost this post is literally just this live stream. Okay, so if you go to our Twitter page directly, I know you can't click on that, so just go to our Twitter page, see the live stream, and just retweet that, and that will you'll be
No more energy,
there
guys.
are 3 more minutes left.
No more
3 more
energy
minutes.
in the theater.
Okay, yeah, some people asked what happened to VIP bottom polygon just before the Ronin change that haven't gotten the game. Yeah, there might be a few bugs that we're still resolving. So if you haven't put in a ticket, please put in the ticket, and we'll be going through all of these requests basically over the next couple of days. Our ticket backlog is pretty heavy right now, again, so we really appreciate some patience while we get through this, but you will have a person looking at this. It might just take like a bit of time while we get through all this backlog. And then again, we're working on ways to kind of speed up and scale this process a bit. We went from an average of like 20 tickets open a day to over 500 in the course of a couple of days. So yeah, the team's working on it. We really appreciate the patience.
Hi. Pixel Arsenal.
So many good questions. My goodness.
Yeah, and a couple of questions on multi-counting, just like some people are concerned about, getting marked as a rule breaker. What I'll say is like, if you have activity that looks like a bot farm, we'll probably catch you. And that means, I can't give too many details, but like if you have 1 or 2 people.
Those are all my farms.
You make like 1 or 2 trades there, you probably won't get flagged. If you play like a normal player, you're fine, is what we can say there. If you do something different than that, we will probably notice and you will probably get banned, and it's really not worth doing that. It's sad because yeah, we had somebody who was like, kind of a part of the community, but we caught them scripting and botting yesterday, and we had to ban them. They broke the rules, and it's just not fair for other people. Yeah. So again, like yeah, if you have sisters in your household, any of that kind of stuff, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. If you have 10 people in your household, we might get a bit more suspicious. But if you can prove it that there's 10 people there in an appeal, you're going to be okay.
All right, 1 more minute.
So yeah, don't play from 10 accounts at the same time. and say that you have 10 family members. Like, come on, guys.
Hey guys, 1 more minute. Go to our Twitter page, retweet our live stream. It literally looks like this on Twitter. Just go and retweet that, 1 more minute, and then we'll give away 2 3-month VIP passes. Okay, back to questions. Someone's asking for Spanish subtitles. Okay, so Luke and I are only fluent in English, which is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. So
learn English, guys.
We
Come on.
add subtitles after the AMA on the YouTube, like recording itself, in around 15
I don't have
languages, I
space
believe.
in my bags, lol.
Live subtitles are not something that we can currently support. However, I do know that there are a lot of really great AI systems out there now that like you can like use live. So I would suggest looking into that, or just touching base with like the Spanish community or the Portuguese community, and
Here I
see
keep
like
all
what other
my
systems other people are
precious
using.
items,
Because I know there's some
rare
really good
items.
stuff out there. Like there's that video one where it's like I tried it. I said something in English and it sounded like I was talking in Spanish. It was wild. So I know there's a lot of good stuff out there. Okay.
And yeah, somebody asked about Realms. So yeah, if you guys are new, like we have a lot of features that we're ready to release still. Like Realms is
Can't wait for Realms. I have like 2 ideas that I want to implement in Pixels. I want to spoil them, but if I get a realm, I will build some cool stuff with it. Stay tuned for that.
a really cool one that's basically ready. Now we're just testing it. But we'll probably release it pretty shortly after the carnival. Realms is basically going to be like Pixel's creative mode, where you'll be able to like basically create your own space from scratch. And yeah, you'll be able to upload all of your own art, including tile sets, game objects, stuff like that. You'll be able to build like your own unique spaces. It'll be really cool. And yeah, that's built and ready to release. Then we have some other stuff that will be ready to release before the Pixel token launch as well too. This team is going to keep releasing some fun stuff. So the stuff you're playing right now, it's great. We'll start to release like some pretty more unique features too, and you know, we'll also have Chapter 2 coming out in not too long as well.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Look up.
Who won the VIP? Let's see.
Okay, answer one more question. What is suspicious trading? If I make a sale of bees for which people pay more than NPC, is that suspicious? I can't go too much into the details. The more that we tell people, the more.
But if you sell a bee for more than 1,000 berry, come on, that's suspicious. Come on.
Or that, you know, the bad actors will try to find ways around them. But like a one-off here and there, you're probably not going to get flagged, is what I'll say. So yeah, if you are playing like a normal player, you probably have nothing to worry about. That's all I can say.
Let's feed the cow,
Okay,
guys.
let's do it. Okay, I think all these settings are pretty fair. I've turned off a lot of the filters, but keeping account age at 1 month. I think it's fair. These are just like bot protecting things, but I mean, 102 entries. There we go. Okay, so here are our 2 winners. So congratulations. We will be reaching out to you on
Congrats on the VIP.
Twitter, and we will send you your 2-month, or sorry, free 3-month VIP passes. Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, as a Pixel avatar too. Let's go.
Yeah, I love that. That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
Nothing
No
makes
milk,
me more
come
excited
on.
than like dedicated players winning our giveaways. It makes me so happy.
We rigged it for Pixel's avatars, guys. By the way, guys, if you have a Pixel avatar, you might have a higher chance as a PFP.
Oh man. Okay. Cool.
That's so funny. Someone with the Pixels avatar one.
Amazing. This has been really fun. Is there any last minute things you guys want
I'm in
to?
World 4.
Or any last minute things, Luke, you want to address?
Oh man, yeah, a lot of concerned people. So if you play on the computer, then you play on your mobile
Let's
phone, completely okay.
Feed the cow.
That's why we have like support. You can play Pixels wherever you go, which is pretty cool, right? So feel free to do that.
Takes forever,
Oh, I did
man.
just want to say something. Actually, I was going to say it
Whatever.
earlier. So when we're talking about mobile gameplay and someone's asking about using an app and blah, 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 I think some people don't know that you can actually use it on your Chrome browser. You don't have to use it through a wallet browser. The way to do that is that you have to go into your dashboard on your Pixels account and add either your phone number or your email address as a method to log in. And as soon as you've done that, you can actually log into the game using your phone number or email directly through a Chrome browser is what we recommend. So it's a lot easier.
That's very interesting, guys. Actually, that's smart. So if you want to play from mobile, but without an wallet app to say so, hi Raymond, you go in dashboard and you connect your phone number or your email, and then you can connect on any device with that email or phone number. So you don't have to be connected with your wallet to say so. So this is how you can play on mobile without your wallet. That's actually a very good idea.
Than going through your wallet, because I know when you close your wallet, the whole it reloads. It's kind of annoying. So I recommend doing that.
Okay, and then there's a good question too. Shoot, oh yeah, 2 more cows, please.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying like, all I ever get is poop. Be patient, it's coming.
Yeah, I love the it's a love-hate relationship with the cow. You guys hated them at first, then you started to love them. Yeah.
All right. Oh, someone's
Yes, we need 2 more cows. Come on, and to get some milk.
doing a giveaway.
I have only shit in
Cool.
my.
Nice. All right.
Yes, 883 is my
Sweet.
mainland.
Yeah, that's about all that we can fit into this AMA today, but we do these every single week, and then I normally hang out in the Discord a lot during the day as well.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you'll get like direct access to us in the Discord as well. Yeah, so this is it, guys, and this is what Pixels have been up to. Really appreciate all of you coming to hang out with us today. And yeah, every single week we do these, and then maybe we'll also try to get like another AMA every now and then in some different time zones as well. We used to do that, and yeah, it might be smart to do that.
Yeah, I have 86 more energy.
Wonderful. All right.
In the
We
sauna.
will see you guys next week, but obviously in Discord and game and all that.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
That's the whole AMA, guys. Thank you for tuning in with me. It was hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fun with you guys. Yeah, there was a second cow, and if you feed that cow when it got removed, you also lost the feed. And it sucks because it's expensive. The Moo Munch is expensive. Like the cooking mix is 200 berry, and the 12 grain bows it's like 8 berry each at minimum. So another 100 berry approximately. So each Moo Munch costs like 300 berry minimum. It's also like 5 energy, and 5 energy is 10 berry minimum to buy. So yeah. 300 berry Moo Munch. I also lost on that cow. I hope they add more, because yeah, if you are new to the game, just farm to get your level up until you unlock water mint at least, and you can plant water mint on 883 and on 1785, and yeah, have fun with that. If you are new, I wouldn't focus on mining or silk slug, or because prices fell a lot and it's not very worth it to do at the moment. So yeah, focus on farming. I would just focus on farming at the moment.